Hey guys, come on downstairs. Alright, that's probably not my best David Attenborough voice. But we're going to have a little travel log here, and we're going to start this off in the Bettenaude-Villes system. And we're going to make our way down here to Castle U, which is a moon that orbits the planet Newton there. But we're doing a little No Man's Sky here today. It's the game that I play when I'm tired of sports games. My nieces and nephews once, they got a little fish as a pet because my sister didn't want them to have a real dog or cat or whatever. So they got this fish, and it was a blue, one of those fighting beta fish things. And they came up with the name Fishy Bluey. Now, basically, that's me in this game. I am horrible at coming up with names. So if this animal has like a hump on its back, I'm going to call it Humpback or something just ridiculous like that. I'm horrible at it. Anyway, so I'll probably ask for y'all's help a lot throughout this game as far as naming things. As we get a little bird's eye view from a platform up above. Pretty inviting looking planet. And we're going to take a little cruise around in a starcraft here and get a lay of the land, look at the terrain. We got some nice blue ground cover with some green around the edges of the cliffs. Not a whole lot of mountainous terrain on this moon. It's mostly flat. We come to the edge of a pretty good sized body of water. We'll call it a sea. So not a lot of vegetation that we can at least see from the sky anyway. We have these palm tree-like trees that we're just going to call two leaves because they just literally have like two leaves at the top of them. Big palm-looking leaves. And occasionally you get the monolith of elements. And we're going to go ahead and let's put this bird down here in a second. And kind of take off on foot for a few, see what we can see. This nice light blue and green ground cover makes this moon look like it might be a little bit of a chilly climate. With looks like we got some waterways that have carved some canyons throughout this. So again, not very much of a mountainous planet here. It's pretty flat, but I think we're gonna put this plane down, this starship down, and let's take a look around here. All right, come on, put it down already. There we go. All right, so we're down, and this moon lends itself to some pretty sweet pictures. Those are some big old creatures there. We'll get to those a little bit later in the show. They look kind of ominous in silhouette there. One of the best things about No Man's Sky is the time of day changes and the lighting effects. And so we're going to speed things up right here as we start to see a sunset happen. We're not going to watch the whole sunset, but we'll see the sun come around into our view here and see the difference that it makes on the water reflection. Nice, beautiful shot there of this flat earth. There you see our exocar over there on the right. Exocraft, something, whatever it is, exocraft. And man, we got some beautiful pictures from this planet. This one looking back at Newton from a small seat, and we've got some creatures up there in the air. Some flappers, not fappers, flappers. And these things, we're just going to call them saoras. They are vegetarian and quite active, and they look like little beaver faces with wings. Now this little guy, my friend once had an iguana, and he would take that thing to the park, and the women were all over him. Just imagine if you took that little guy to the park, how much more the women would be all over you. That was a cute little infant of an animal. Now, these things here, I am really going to need your help because I'm at a complete loss on what to name them. They're pretty cool looking, though. I'll have to give them that. Big yellow wings, and they're actually quite large up in the sky. So here is an adult of that little baby guy walking around, the comma. And I think that little guy is probably abandoned because his mother was probably picked off by one of these gazelles, this black-nosed gazelle. Truly the douchebag of this planet. Does not leave the other animals alone. Big pain in the butt. That is a clam head there. This is a white bell vegetarian. Looks like a big dog with spines on his back. So lucky I didn't name it Spineback Dog or something. Possum back. This, from my first look at that, it looked like there was little animals on his back, and that's how possums carry around their babies. I suck at naming things, guys, so help me out with the names. I probably shouldn't even be telling you what the names are. That was a bybee back there. It had like a wasp face and some other stuff. So anyway, this is the gentle giant of this planet, the Hyan. Very amenable, a vegetarian, not nearly as ominous in the daytime as it looked in the silhouettes back there. So we have discovered pretty much every creature on this planet except for 3. And my guess is we're going to find those 3 species under the water here, because we have not yet really explored underwater. So we're going to take off and do a little scuba diving. That's one of my favorite things to do on No Man's Sky, is to scuba dive. Love scuba diving in real life. Had some really cool scuba diving experiences in my day. So it is one of my favorite things to do in No Man's Sky. The seaweed, can't remember, I think we named them Dancing Nancy's or something. They are swaying back and forth through the shallow ocean. Not much depth to this body of water, pretty shallow as it is. And we're going to come down through some of these Dancing Nancy's into a little bit of a canyon. So beautiful underwater. Scuba diving action on No Man's Sky. So we run into these things, we call them glow thumbs. I call them glow thumbs. I had some other names for them that probably weren't PG-13. And so the game would not let me name them that. So we spent a good deal of time underwater and lost some daylight here, but kind of cool transition from day to night while we're under the water. Dancing Nancy's out there moving back and forth, look a little bit treacherous. So we discovered the glow thumbs. We have got, I think, two more creatures that we are looking for, and we'll have discovered every creature on this moon. It is a radioactive moon, but oh my gosh, there we go. There is one of the last 2, and those, I don't know if they're friendly or not. They look kind of like a shark/swordfish. So maybe I'll name them a sword shark with my creativity in this game. The old sword shark. Actually, I think I named him something else. Just made up some name that didn't mean anything, but I got tired of coming up with just boring names. So here it is in different light. I called it a campree. Cautious. They eat oxide elements, whatever those are. And the biggest thing about this planet is absolutely very photogenic planet, if I have to say so myself. We got a lot of really cool shots. And Newton always in the background hovering over the top of us like a helicopter parent. This moon of Newton. So next up on this series, we might take a look at Newton and see what exactly that planet is all about. But we'll leave you here with this fireback with the starry night behind it. And this is Castle U, and it is a moon. I definitely recommend you all try to find it if you can. Good luck with that. I don't even know how you go about doing that. Maybe it'll be easier when the new Next comes out next week, but we will see. And that is it. Castle U here on Mama's Basement. Sports gaming, although this isn't a sports game.